Hoka, hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita live stream of January the 7th, 2022. How does Alita compare with Shantae? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, the Muskogee Creek, and I'm in Denver, Colorado in the U.S., and my co-host Angelus is working, so he's not going to be able to make it today. And my special guest on here is going to be Den, because he is the expert on Shantae, and I don't know anything about Shantae, so this is going to be interesting to say the least. I did do some research on her though, so I can at least start things off. So glad you guys all are here. There's not a whole lot of you guys out there, but I want to welcome everybody that is here, and there'll be more coming later. Anyway, Shantae is actually a game-based character. I think she was on, the initial game came out in the very early 2000s. I think it was on the Game Boy, if I'm not mistaken. That's been quite a while back. And then There was another game on the Nintendo DS, I think. And another game came out after that on Windows. I guess it was in
Hello.
2014. Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay, man. It was going to be real interesting if you didn't make it.
That would have probably been funny. Just
Yeah, it
sat
would have
back
been.
and watched the stream from the other side and watch you talk about this weird video game that you've never even heard of before last week.
Oh, I did some research on it though, so I'm not I'm not totally dumb about it, but I obviously don't know it like you do. Um, so anyway, welcome Dan. Dan's from Tampa, Florida in the US also. And we got another one coming on here. Do not stand by. He's from also Denver, Colorado, or actually he's from Northwest Denver and I'm in Southwest Denver, but do not stand by. He's from, like say, in Arvada, actually, Colorado. How's it going there? Do not stand by.
Happy New Year, Creek. It's going well.
Real good, real good. Oh, by the way, I meant to tell you, I wasn't able to do in case anybody doesn't know what has happened, Creek, geez, Do Not Stand By had a friend whose house was burned down in the fires we had here last week. And I am going to start a GoFundMe page. So be on the lookout for that, so we can help this family get back on their feet. So anyway, and I think Do Not Stand By, you're actually putting them up, aren't you?
Yeah, they stayed in my house last weekend, and they spent about 3 days looking for a house that they could rent before their kids went back to school. And fortunately, they were able to find a house in time, but they lost most of their possessions in the fire.
Yeah, that's something that that we're faced with here in the Western U.S. That there can be fires, particularly if you're in somewhat of a wooded area, because in Colorado it's pretty dry. If the humidity gets up to 50% here, people start squawking about it being humid. So, not like Den there in Florida. It's where it's always 90%. It seems like. So it's a little bit different.
I'm real sorry to hear about your friend, man. That's one of my worst fears. So, condolences to them, and hopefully this GoFundMe works out for them.
Yeah, thanks a lot for your sympathy, Den. It wasn't just them, though. It was 1,000 families in the cities of Superior and Louisville. It was the most destructive fire in Colorado history.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. And I remember here, I guess it was last week or early last week when it happened, I would go out for my run every day. And yes, Dan, I've started running. Anyway.
That's good.
I don't
run something fast. That you do that I'm better at than you at right now,
yes.
now.
Well, you're also a better fighter than I am too. So don't worry about that one. But but I was out running, and you could just see the smoke, even way down here in Littleton. You could see it. It's pretty fairly thick. So I mean, it's pretty awful. So I can only imagine how bad it was there. So, but anyway, like I say, be on the lookout next week for that GoFundMe page, and then I'll put it on Twitter and throw it up on Facebook and Reddit. Just to get folks to help out this family. So they can. Have a little something going for them there. Hopefully the insurance will pay for a lot of that stuff, but we all know how insurance is. Sometimes it doesn't pay for everything that you think it should pay for. So anyway. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Shantae. And then, I got a couple of slides coming up. You can speak to them when they come up. But one of the things I was telling folks is that Shantae is a game-based character. And I think the very first game Shantae came out was on the Game Boy, I think, wasn't it, back in the very early 2000s?
Yeah.
And then it was on the and then after that, a few years after that, it came out on another game, a different game, not the same game, came out. I guess it was around 2010, and then there's been 3 games since that. One has been on the Nintendo. The one that came out in 2010 was on, I guess, Nintendo DSi, I guess, and then I think there was one called Pirate's Curse or something like that. It was on Nintendo 3DS and so forth. And then, of course, it's also this game plays on Windows and PlayStation and Xbox and stuff like that. So, a couple of things I've read about. It sounds like a pretty interesting game, really. The characters sound really interesting. One character's got a really funny name that we'll get to in a little bit. But am I correct about that, Den? Is that about those games?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, they've pretty much come out for everything now, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty new to the series as well. I've known about the character since like late 2019. Basically, she was going around Twitter because I guess that they were coming out with their new game at that time. So I'd seen the character pop up on Twitter, and me and my wife have a lot of inside jokes together, of course, as someone who's married would. And basically, the character kind of resembled my wife. And we also have an inside joke about my wife and purple monkeys, which wouldn't make sense if I even tried to explain it here. But the character being a brown woman, kind of with long hair, kind of resembling my wife, a tiny brown woman with long hair resembling my wife, transformed into a purple monkey. And I immediately was like, holy shit, someone made an anime show about my wife. So for about a year, it was like a joke between me and my wife, just making fun of her. And she hated the character for like a year because I don't know, she just thought it was just something that I used to just joke with her about.
So your wife looks like this? Holy cow, Dan, you keep her away from me. I might fall in love with her if you don't watch out.
As much as a person can look like an anime character,
Yeah,
what I mean?
I got you.
She does have really huge eyes, but that's about it, But
yeah.
The thing about it is that she hated her for a long time, and then eventually I decided to buy her the game. So I've known about the character for a while, but so I bought her the game on the Switch because I got her a Nintendo Switch, and I've been buying her games for like the last couple of years, things she's never heard of, and just getting her into the games. And so I got her the first game. She was annoyed at me. She's like, "This is that stupid character again," and she started playing.
You like aggravating your wife, don't you?
Oh, of course, it's like the basis of our whole relationship. But I don't know. It's like a loving thing, though. Of course, it's like a loving bullying. You know what I mean? I don't bully her in a mean way. She thinks it's funny, but she tries to pretend like.
Oh, kind of like Nagatoro, right?
I've never seen that show, but
okay.
Nagatoro seems mean. So I'm not mean to my wife.
Yeah.
But so I bought her a game, one of the games as a prank, and she started playing it and started not wanting to admit that she enjoyed it. And then as Christmas got closer, I kept telling her I was going to buy her Metroid Dread. And every time I got her a new game, it was just another Shantae game. So I did that to her 3 times. Like she'll open it up, turn on the Switch, and be like, "Oh, it's another Shantae game," and get kind of annoyed. But now she really, she's like, "You did this again," every time, So I thought it was funny, but yeah, she actually really loves the game and the character now. Like she's really into it now, which of course she does because it's like anime type shit. So she likes that stuff. But yeah, so I'm pretty new to the character. We've only started playing the games since Christmas, but you're pretty much right about what you were saying. The games now are on pretty much everything, which he started as a Nintendo character, which that leads into the whole thing of them trying to do a campaign for her to get into Super Smash Brothers. Yeah. So that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, she's on everything. Yeah. She's even on Android, iPhone, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to download this game, I guess. It's probably on the I guess you can get it on the Play Store, right? I guess you can get that.
Yeah, Play Store, PlayStation, Xbox, everything.
Yeah.
They did a good job of getting it out there. So
yeah, let me welcome Chaos Nova. He's from Ohio. How's it going?
Hello there.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty well.
Cool. How's things going in Ohio?
Cold.
I figured out how much it would take to play all Martian Memory, because at least I did System Shock, another horror sci-fi game. Pretty interesting, but it's like 200 gigabytes, 7 hours of gameplay.
200 gigabytes. Man, that virtual memory better be pretty good.
Well, once it's on YouTube, it'll be easy. But I'm just saying, it'd be a pain to try and copy that and mimic the quality.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome aboard there, Chaos. Okay, Dan. Go ahead, Chaos.
Well, just Happy New Year with the Unbreakable song. Anyways.
Oh yeah. I really like that. That's pretty cool.
I like the film Unbreakable. I think it's pretty good.
Yep, I do too. Yep.
How heavy was
Actually,
David,
that was
like,
a
lifting?
prequel. That was a prequel to that game. I mean, not game. That movie.
Glass.
Yeah, Glass. That's right. Yeah.
Glass and
Split.
Split. They're both
Yeah.
sequels to that. But I'm just wondering how heavy was David lifting near the end? Like it looked like he was pushing pretty heavy on that one.
I don't really remember. They probably now. I think Bruce Willis does work out, but I don't think they probably.
I'm
were
just mean
using,
David, because
Are you talking about
David's
what are you talking
superhuman,
about, bench
like,
press?
Yeah,
But,
like how much
yeah.
was he pressing on that near the end?
Wasn't it like 400 pounds? If I remember, it was like
like
plates.
405, I think is what it was.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I just remember in
think
Glass,
time-
he like bent a steel bar into a pretzel. I'm just like, whoa! I didn't.
Well, those
It's about
plates,
time.
those plates were probably fake plates. They're not.
Right.
yeah, of course.
They're not.
I mean,
gonna-
they're probably rubber or something, but I'm just saying, in a Glass, you grabbed a steel bar and just bent it into a pretzel to hold the police officer in the trailer. I'm just like, it's
yeah,
about time he did that.
yeah. Okay, well, anyway, let's get going here with Shantae, and Dan, you can kind of tell us about her a little bit here. This is what I got. These are just talking points, about Shantae. Is really kind of I guess you could call her a demi genie. I guess you could say that. She's, her father was a human and her mother was a genie. She has some magical abilities, but not like a pure genie, I don't guess. I don't know. That's basically what I thought I read about it in, when I was reading up on this, that she does have some magical abilities. She can use her hair, as you can see how long that hair is. She can use that as a weapon.
Like Maximum Well, you probably don't know what Maximum Carnage is. It's a video game.
No,
where
I'm
boss
not.
fight is
I'm not a gamer. No.
No, it's based off the Spider-Man comics villain Carnage, but there's this ridiculous end boss where these two girls use their hair like whips and they can beat you with it. And it's like, what?
Well, she can not only use it as a whip, from what I've read. Now, Dan, jump in here on this because you played the game, I guess. But she can. It's not only as a whip, but where the hair is pointed. You see those. She can stab people with those things, from what I understand. So I'm not. But I've never played the game, so I don't know for sure about that.
Well, here's the thing. So there's not really been put any limits on her powers. She's done a lot of things. In every game, of course, it's more gameplay focused. You know what I mean? So every game she has different abilities and different powers. And she is half genie, but she can. Like I said, it's a silly game. That's So basically, what happened? The reason why this idea came about, it'll be better if I start there. Is the fact that I somehow ended up on a one of those power scaling wikis, and it put her at the almost to Imaginos Alita. I was like, that's kind of strange, but you know what I mean, for her to be that powerful. But when you start thinking about it, and you start playing the game, because I was at the beginning of the game at that time. When you start thinking about it and all that stuff, she's actually she is pretty fucking strong. You know what I mean? It's not just that she has some magical abilities. She has a lot of magical abilities, and like I said, there hasn't been put a limit on what she can do. Now, in the game, for gameplay purposes, of course, they limit you. You got to upgrade the fireball or whatever, but canonically, she can throw fire. She can control lightning. She has it. They've been. I haven't seen it yet in the game, but from some of these wikis, it said she can have temporary invisibility. Of course, she's a shapeshifter. She can change into all sorts of things, elephants, monkeys, and stuff like that, which is how this whole thing started.
With the purple monkeys.
And also she does have some other genie abilities. And the fact that she's only half genie, I think, makes her even a little bit more dangerous for someone who would potentially want to fight her. Because of the fact that, the whole lore behind genies is that they're bound to their masters, they're bound to their lamps. And in this game, bound to the genie realm.
Hopefully they are.
Yeah. She's not bound to that. She's not bound to a master. You don't, look for her to grant a wish or anything like that. She lives in town. She's the guardian of the town, and she fights off all the threats that would possibly come to the town. So she's very, very capable, far more capable than a lot of people actually give her credit for, which is something I've come to find. A lot of the versus videos that they have with her have her losing against characters that, when you really think about it, she shouldn't be losing against. You know what I mean? Yeah. Seeing what she's fought in the game,
Yeah. Was it, yeah, next to the last bullet there, of course, you can, I want you to talk a little bit about the last bullet because she's a belly dancer, I guess. But uh, she had, from what I've read, she has a very strong sense of right and wrong. Is that right? Or is that just
Yeah.
something that, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely say she's very much closer to the superhero side of things.
Archetype.
Now
Yeah.
she doesn't put on a cape or hide her identity or anything like that. She doesn't have some crazy origin story like I got bit by a spider, but she
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
have that sense of right and wrong that say Spider-Man would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing you'd see in those films.
Or say
Um,
Superman. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think it even transcends a little bit of Superman and Spider-Man because they specifically have a morality tied to their abilities. You know what I mean? Batman, it would be the opposite, where his morality is despite his abilities. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas Superman and Batman are like, I have all this power, therefore I have this responsibility to do something. With her, it's different because there's actually an entire game where she loses all of her powers. She becomes just a pure human. And another game where she actually gets fired from her job as the guardian genie. And in both of those games, she still decides to do what is right, protect the town, and fight off the threats, that kind of stuff. You know, so whether or
Yeah.
not she had her power, she's still going to fight. Whether or not it was even her job to fight because she's hired as the guardian genie, she's still going to do it. You know what I
I'm
mean?
going
So
to have to check this game out because it sounds real interesting. I'm not a gamer, but does sound very interesting. So I may have to just check it out. So
it's very casual. It's like, you ever seen how Super Mario looks or Sonic?
yes, yeah, yeah,
It's a 2D game like those, and they're just fun, goofy games. They're really funny. I like watching my wife play them because then she gets really angry and throws the controller, and I get to laugh. And then, and then like the writing in the games is really funny and goofy. It's like it's fun.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, what about that being a skilled dancer? What now? She's a belly dancer, and that does something to enhance her power or change it, or what does she do with that?
Well, I don't really know where the belly dancer thing comes from. I think it's just
Oh,
their conception of the character. And
okay,
it's not like necessarily tied to anything specifically because even in the latest game, she doesn't really need the dances as much. Um, and so basically, how they have it is that the dancing is they're just like spells. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I guess in Harry Potter they
Like
do
the
a spell.
Moogles in Final Fantasy, the dance and like make storms and such.
I've not played that game, but that
No,
sounds
but that's
pretty
what Moogles
similar.
do. They're like these little guys with bat wings, and the girls too, because apparently some are female. But they do these weird dances and play music with drums in the Final Fantasy games, and it causes like storms or lightning or
Yeah, I guess you
meteorites.
could say that. Yeah, so her basically it's like spells. She'll do a dance and that's about it. I just like that she's a belly dancer because
yeah.
that means that hips are definitely tied into the character. You cannot flatten this character out like they like to do to modern video game female characters. She will
Yeah.
never be flattened out.
Do not stand by. You don't really know about this character, do you?
No, I don't. This is my first introduction.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of interesting when Dan said, he contacted me on in DMs, saying he wanted to do this, and I said, "Who the hell is Shantae?" So anyway, but when I started reading about it, I said, "God, it could be pretty interesting," So what I
And it's
like,
interesting because it's such a silly game. You know what I
yeah,
mean? They're very silly, goofy game. She's a goofy character. And then you have a character like Alita, who's a very
yeah,
serious character, very
yes,
serious, IP. And then
yeah.
it's like, wait, hold on. This goofy video game character may actually be able to hold her own against this. It's like when they do that with like Kirby. I don't know if you guys know about Kirby from the Kirby games and Super
I've
Smash Bros.
heard of it, but not
Yeah.
really.
And then you put Kirby up against someone and you say things like, "Oh, Kirby," or like the Sailor Moon joke, right? The
Yeah.
joke that Sailor Moon could possibly hold her own against Goku, which no, and maybe in a hack
Oh,
situation, but
I
for
wish
the
Cran
most,
was on.
for the most, in 99% of situations, no. But because of those hack abilities that she may have, she can hold
Yeah,
her own against much more serious characters.
yeah, yeah.
Surprisingly.
Okay, so is there anything else about Shantae that about her specifically that maybe is not here on the? I like the thing. Well, here's what I really like about her: the fact she is a genie or a half genie, and she's a shapeshifter. That to me is God, I bet that is really cool when you're playing that game that you can change into a damn elephant or a hippopotamus or some other character even probably, right?
I just like the monkey, man.
The
The
monkeys?
monkey's the best. The little purple monkey you get to jump around as.
Yeah, it does sound like a goofy game, but it does sound like it's fun, you know. So
Yeah, and she can do other things like turn into birds, and there's another one where she turns into a mouse and gets into small places and things like that. And it's or a mermaid, she does that too.
oh
You know,
damn.
so
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, here's some other characters, and I got one of them. That one called I guess that one called Roddy Tops. I guess. Well, first of all, Roddy Tops is is a zombie, right? I guess.
yeah, it's a big
Basically.
titty zombie. That's
Yeah,
that's
and,
what it is.
and Roddy Tops has got a brother named Abner Cadaver. Like saying abracadabra,
Yeah.
but Abner Cadaver. So that does to me sounds like a hoot,
It's all just goofiness.
Yeah. So anyway, but Mimic, I guess, is one of Shantae's friends. I think Sky is too, if I'm not, from what I've read. Mimic and I guess Mimic is what they call a relic hunter. Now, a relic hunter is kind of like an archaeologist, I guess. I mean, what do they do? Have you gotten that far in the game yet, Dan?
Yeah. So basically, Mimic is supposed to be her uncle, and from what I know, because I haven't seen 100% of the game that my wife has been playing. I've been playing Halo as well, so I look up every now and then. But Mimic is her uncle, and he seems like a your typical scientist character, mad scientist kind of thing, and hunts relics, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff. And Sky is her best friend, another big titty character. She's a big titty girl that trains warbirds, which I think is pretty cool. And in one of the games, she can fly you can actually use the bird to fly around the overworld or whatever. Bolo is the character who is the male character, the only male character who is perpetually horny, which I find that it sets itself up
I like
for
us
pretty
guys,
good jokes.
right?
It sets itself up for some pretty good jokes because I like it because they kind of like put him as like a nerdy kind of guy, you know what I mean? And there's a scene in the best game, and where they get kidnapped. The girls get kidnapped and put into like a desert temple, and they put them in like those slave Princess Leia costumes. Do you remember that in Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
So they put all the girls in that, and then they when they get back, Bolo's all like, where you girls have been, where you guys went, and she's like, oh, it's kind of this whole thing happened, it was more like just a thing for us girls, and we got taken and put in these metal bikinis, and he just like, man, fuck y'all.
Oh, you have too much. You have too much trouble aggravating your wife with this.
She doesn't get aggravated. I mean, she says she gets aggravated by fan service shit, but she watched Kill la Kill, which is an anime show that's all fucking fan service. Yeah, Google that. We'll do that. That'll be our next week episode. The Kill la Kill.
I think next week I want to do Spider-Man next week because I might get Mike Reyes to come on. So, but we can do it week after.
Yeah, so you'll see what Kill la Kill is, and then you wonder why my wife says she doesn't like fan service shit. That show's pretty much 90% titties, ass, and thongs. You know what I mean?
Holy moly! Now that character Risky Boots is a pirate, right?
Yes, she is the queen of the seven seas. She is another pretty powerful character. I've seen some theories out there that she's supposed to be some kind of corrupted genie or whatever because she has purple skin for some reason. She's another big titty character because all the characters are big titty in this game.
Oh Lord, except the men, maybe.
Yeah, well, I guess Mimic is kind of fat, but that's a different kind of big titty. But but yeah, she's like the main villain. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it, Citizen.
Yeah.
Bolo is the player. Oh, the thing about Bolo I wanted to bring up too, he's a martial artist and he uses weapons and he trains Shantae in the third game because remember she loses her power. So he helps to train her. And I think in the second game too, because I started that one. I didn't finish that one. But yeah, also in the second game, I think you learn some moves from her. So she learns things like kicks, like side kicks, turning kicks, that kind of stuff, uppercut kicks.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, going on to Risky Boots. Yeah, she's the main villain of the franchise, kind of like her rival. Sometimes she works with Shantae later on. Sometimes she works against her, but she's also pretty
That's kind of
strong.
like Nova, isn't it? Kind of like Nova does with Alita, sort of.
I would. She's more. She's like a pure villain at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Nova kind of is in between. You know what I mean? So it's less like Nova. Nova's more just gray. Nova's more of like an observer, in my opinion. Lots of times he like kind of just throws shit out there and then lets the chaos, happen. You know what I mean? Let's karma figure itself out. Whereas she's like an actual villain. She wants to destroy. She wants to take over the town, and Shantae has to stop her, kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's the first two games. Third game, they have to team up to fight a bigger villain, which that gets into Shantae's power scaling. Fourth game, she kind of hops in and out. I don't really remember. And then the fifth game as well, she has a scheme to where it's like you think she's the bad guy, but she's not really the bad guy. She kind of has something else going on, you know what I mean? But she's not really the villain, but she kind of positions herself in a way that's kind of disadvantageous to Shantae. So, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Angela says, is Bolo like Master Roshi?
Not quite as horny, but more like a Master Roshi if you combine him with Yamcha. So if you've watched early Dragon Ball, where Yamcha had a phobia of women, was like insanely shy against women, but wanted a girlfriend, but also was kind of that had some of the horniness of Master Roshi, not quite there, but it's kind of more implied because it's an E-rated T game. You know what I mean? It's more implied, but yeah, that would be it. Yamcha, Master Roshi combination.
Yeah, do not stand by. You probably might want to keep your daughter away from this game.
It's really tame. It's more like how Pixar does adult jokes. You know what I mean? Like they're there, but you don't know. Yeah, they're there, but you don't really. I guess outside of the titty jiggling and the bikinis, but only certain weirdos have problems with that.
Yeah, really. Okay, well, anyway, that's. I guess that Roddy Tops character, I kind of read about her that she wants to be Shantae's friend. Is that true? I mean, because I don't know anything about those characters, but
she wanted to eat her brain because she's a zombie, and she respects Shantae because Shantae was the only person that wasn't afraid of her when they met. And I guess the only one that puts up with her bullshit because from what I'm learning in the third game, which is the best game so far, she's kind of an abrasive person and most people don't like her, but she's also a pretty fucking broken character too, because she's already dead. So dismembering her, she can, in the game, there's DLC in the game where you can play as her. She can do things like remove her head and throw it somewhere, and then her body teleports there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Jesus.
Does shit like uses her leg as like a bat and shit like that. So pretty fucking broken character. If you want to power scale.
Well, being dead will do that to you.
Yeah,
But yeah, we got some photos or some artwork on them coming up too. So I like that name, Roddy Tops. Yeah, when I first saw it, I said, "Is that a zombie?" And it was
a big titty zombie.
Yeah, holy crap. Anyway, here's a version of this slide. We're not going to stay on it too much because we're going to compare the two. Now, I would say this about these two, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, certainly. I don't believe Alita, I mean, if there was some way that there could be kind of a crossover, which is going to be pretty tough in this case, I think. But Shantae and Alita, I don't think they would be enemies unless they, once again, mistook each other, for an enemy, I mean, but I think eventually they would figure out, that, well, certainly Shantae is she's that good superhero archetype almost, and Alita is she's kind of a gray character too. I mean, she's, I think, basically good. I think Alita is, but she has her moments. That's for sure, But I think if they were to come into contact somehow, I don't think they would fight each other unless they, were mistaken, about what the other one's intent was, or if they were enemies or something like that. Did that make sense to you, Dan?
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's no reason for them to fight other than. So I would say something would be like say the Shantae universe and the Alita universe somehow crossed over, you know, and
Yeah,
Alita was working for Zalem as a tuned agent, you know, that would be a way that they would cross over, you know. Maybe
yeah,
Alita has a target in Shantae's town and Shantae says, no, you're not going to bring that shit over here. Because the thing about it is Shantae does protect her town against threats that are technological. So, you know, he's got like the militaristic guy that she defends against, and another guy is more just future tech, you know, that she defends against. They're called like the Ammo Baron and the Techno
yeah.
Baron, you know what I mean? So
So
so if Alita got wrapped up with those other characters, you know what I mean, that kind of
yeah,
come in and out of Shantae's life, that would be a reason for them to meet and fight.
yeah. Yeah, and it seems to me that since Shantae is half genie, and Alita, if they did fight for some reason, maybe Alita was sent to assassinate one of the citizens of what's the town that Shantae lives in? What's it?
Scuttletown.
Scuttletown. Okay, if there was a citizen of Scuttletown that Zalem, let's say, wanted to eliminate, and they sent Alita in her tuned body to do it, then that is not going to work for them, is it? I mean, she's not going to, in that case, Shantae would probably fight Alita, wouldn't she?
Yeah, that's basically would be my guess. You know, that would be a way to cross them over. So like how Death Battle does, they try to give some
Yeah,
story reason as to why they're fighting. And I would say like I said, Alita's sent there to assassinate one of like say the Ammo Baron or something like that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And Shantae says no, blah blah blah, and they fight, and they realize, hey, the Ammo Baron's an asshole. Let's both fuck him up. You know, of course they're gonna be friends in the end.
yeah. Well, it's funny there. John, Odd John, there says that if Shantae's a genie, then there's nothing Alita could do. I guess that'd be true, unless Alita was in her Imaginos body, and then might get interesting. I think, but I kind of agree with him that if she's in her Berserker body or in her tuned body or any body underneath the Imaginos bodies, then Alita would be up against it with Shantae. From what I've read, does that sound right to you, Dan?
Well, here's the thing, because Shantae is half human, so she
Yeah,
still can die. You know, she's not like
yeah,
she's not in a genie in the sense of like the Aladdin genie who is made out of fucking smoke. You know what I mean? Like you can't physically harm him. So
yeah,
she's still like a person. Like you can grab her wrist and punch her in the face. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
so you can hurt her. And then also is the fact that here's the thing that I think Alita has really above Shantae is the fact that Alita is a lifelong martial artist. She's been training all
yeah,
of her entire life, whereas Shantae is not a lifelong martial artist. She learned martial arts later in her life.
yeah,
And though Alita can be brash and naive at times, make brash decisions based off of half information, Alita's not, I wouldn't call Alita naive in like a broad sense, you know what I mean?
yeah,
She's naive in this in just a human sense, in the sense of I make mistakes based on half information, I make rash decisions. Shantae is actually more naive, leaning more towards the Goku naivety. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not stupid, but like can be fooled and tricked, you know what I mean? So I would think that those two things, less
Well,
martial arts
I
experience
don't
and
think Goku.
naivety.
I don't think Goku is stupid. I just think he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I think is what I think. But
Here's the thing about Goku. He's not stupid. He's uncivilized. He doesn't live in the city.
yeah,
He doesn't. He grew up in the woods. You know what I mean. You ask him
yeah,
about
yeah.
hunting, he'll
That's
think
right.
he knows that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean. But you ask him, it can take. You're only watching Dragon Ball Z, so you only get that context. But if you watch
yeah,
earlier in the show, you'll see that he does things like he had never met a woman in his entire life, so he never knew. He heard of them. He heard of cities and women, but he'd never seen one. He'd only ever seen his
yeah.
grandfather.
He met Bulma, didn't he? In that very
Yeah.
early series. That was interesting.
So the joke is that he can't tell the difference between men and women. So he would do things like walk up and pat your crotch to see if you got balls or not. It's not that he's dumb. It's that he has a different way of thinking and doing things.
He's
you know
ignorant.
what I mean?
He's
And he does.
ignorant.
Yeah, he's ignorant. Exactly. And he
Yeah.
doesn't know like our customs. So like he does things like there's scenes like where if a woman asks if he's fat, if she looks fat, he'd just be like, yes, because he doesn't have that white lie thing, going on. He's not civilized. You know what I mean?
Kind of like I guess
He's a caveman.
Hugo. No, yeah, a caveman, but kind of like Hugo was with Alita when he first meets her, and helps her up, and he says, "Oh, you're heavy," like that. And every time I see that scene, I watch Alita Battle Angel again Wednesday night for the umpteenth time, and I still love it. But he's like, "Oh, you're heavy," you know. And I went, "You
That's the wrong thing to
dumbass,
say, Hugo.
you
You don't
dumbass,"
just say that.
you know. But
You
anyway,
fucked up there.
yeah, you did, bud. But anyway,
He fucked up a lot in that movie.
yeah, he does. He and the manga too, by the way. But anyway, Alita, as we know, and now we don't need to spend a lot of time in on this one. And do not stand by, chime in, because I know you don't know much about Shantae, but you know a whole lot about Alita. So Alita, you know, has got that superhuman strength, you know, and certainly has got the nanobots can help, you know, repair her if she gets injured in a matter of seconds. And once again, she's very fast, particularly in that Imaginos body. She is real fast in the Imaginos, certainly. But even in her Berserker body, she can run speeds near Mach, what was it? Do not stand by, Mach 6.2 or 6.8 or something like that in the manga, I think I read somewhere. So that's pretty freaking fast right there. And of course, got really fast reflexes, being able to deflect a bullet, you know. And even though she has got the brain of a teenager, she is very old. She's over 300 years old, and certainly can manipulate plasma. And she's like Den says, she's a lifelong martial artist. I mean, from a very early age, she started practicing Panzerkunst, you know, whereas Shantae is, like you say, I guess the best comparison between the two is if you, I mean, for a lot of folks, my brother and I talked about this today, as a matter of fact, about, you know, the ability to fight, you know, and some folks in some styles, they may have an advanced belt, but they can't fight, stuff like that. But it would be like Shantae would be like a blue belt or something, and Alita would be a black belt. Does that sound right to you, Dan?
I would say it's more like this. You know who Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are?
Yes. Oh, absolutely, I do. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Deontay Wilder is a man who did not start boxing until he was like 19 years old, and then got into pro boxing and knocked every single person out, just period, just flat on their fucking asses, because he's basically not even a person. He's a gorilla in a man's skin. He's like 6'6". He's massive. He's powerful. He's fast. He's just a freak of fucking.
Well, Tyson Fury's 6'8". I mean, that guy's
Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury is also large, but Tyson Fury is a skilled boxer.
Yes, he is.
So he's got a lot of the same features as Deontay Wilder, except he's got that long base of skill behind him.
Yeah,
so Deontay Wilder doesn't have, like, when you watch Deontay Wilder, he has a lot of really wide looping punches and just swings for the fucking fences, because he knows that he doesn't have to outbox you. All he has to do is hit you once and then you explode.
Well, he actually, not to get too far afield here, but he actually knocked down Tyson Fury 2 times the first time.
Tyson Fury got up.
Yeah, he got up both times. Yeah. One time, though,
theory on that.
Well, one time Tyson Fury was actually out and he woke up at the count of 6 and he got up by the count of 9. I went, holy crap.
I've got another theory on that as to why their second fight went so differently, but that's for another time. But I would say that is where Shantae and Alita stand, right? Shantae has a lot of skills that would be huge problems for Alita, because the fact of the matter is Shantae relies on hack abilities, magic powers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like in one of the last Dragon Ball arcs, right? Goku fought a character that wasn't a skilled martial artist, but he was a wizard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So his hack, it wasn't his strength that gave Goku trouble. It's the magic. It's the hack abilities that give Goku trouble. And so that,
I guess Alita, from just a pure physical strength, she's much stronger than Shantae. Is that right?
Some of the scaling places have put them at about the same, like City Block and stuff like that. I would say in Imaginos, she's definitely stronger, but for the lower forms of Alita, I'd say they're about equal.
Okay.
And that's why Shantae would be such a problem for her. You know what I mean? Because even in her human form, in her world, she's still pretty fucking strong. Because throughout the whole third game, you're a human, so you don't have your magic powers. So, and she's still able to run fast enough to dodge bullets and shit like that.
Who, Shantae can?
Yeah.
Or no, she can dodge bullets also.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's where they put her at in the power scaling wikis. In the power scaling wikis, because they're basically taking all the times that in the game that you're playing and you're getting cannon shot at you, because that's what she fights. She fights technology. You know what I mean? She doesn't fight mostly other magical beings. You know what I mean? So she fights against risky boots who relies on cannons and guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And big ships and mechs and things like that. And then there's also the giant mermaid in the fourth game that you got to fight that shoots lightning at you. So of course you either get hit with the lightning or you dodge it. And Shantae obviously won that fight. So.
Yeah, I guess if she can dodge bullets, that puts her and Alita about the same, doesn't it? I guess in terms of their reflexes and
and the lightning
speed.
from the Giga Mermaid, which you have to Google the Giga Mermaid. I mean,
all right,
come
I
on.
can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
That's like deviant art rule 34 bait right there.
Giga Mermaid, huh?
But yeah, that's what makes Shantae such an interesting character for this, because she's such a silly character. But when you really break it down and look at what she's doing, what she's able to do, you're like, okay, she's pretty fucking strong, you know, for a silly character, you know.
Yeah.
To me, it was
okay. I guess this is who it is. Let me. Oh, go ahead.
It was just a joke tweet at first, but then when I really started looking into it, I was like, wait, Shantae's pretty fucking strong. And actually, there's a video. I think only one of these videos actually captured her abilities of what she's able to do. So I'll pull that up in a bit. I was just saying that the Giga Mermaid, good design.
Okay, so is this her though? Is this the
big ass mermaid? Yeah.
Big mermaid. There she is right there. Yeah. And I guess that's Shantae right there where you see where my cursor is, I guess.
I don't know. That's not in the game. If you go the one right above, directly above. That's to the right.
Oh, this one over here.
No, to the left now. The second picture. There
one.
you go. That's in the game. Yeah.
Okay.
So scaling that, you know, this giant ass mermaid shooting lightning bolts and shit at Shantae, you know what I mean? So, and of course she has to dodge it. So
yeah. Well, then that makes her pretty fast.
Yeah.
Is what that does. So absolutely. Here's Diz. How's it going, Diz?
Hey, mate.
Hey, how'd that coffee go?
Hoka hey and good eye, mate.
I've got another one in my hand.
Ready to pull over on the side of the road?
Hey, no, I just keep going, mate. Whatever happens in the car happens.
So anyway, in case anybody doesn't know, Dizzy is you're near Hobart, aren't you, in Tasmania? Is that where you are, Dizzy?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, cool.
I used to watch this live streamer who he was an alcoholic, so he always had like weird shits. And he had a coffee in the morning, and I guess he had like this really crazy shit going on, but everything was fucking closed in the city. So he shit in his coffee cup and then showed it on stream. And I was like,
oh God Almighty!
I don't watch that guy anymore.
But that's a mental image I could have done without there. Dan.
Well, I'm the one who saw it. So
holy crap! So how's everything down in Tassie there, Diz?
Yeah, it's pretty good, mate. It's raining at the minute, so.
Cool.
It's time to spend a bit of time inside. I just went and got a haircut too.
Nice. Yeah, I need to do that. Get a haircut. Yeah, although Diz wants me to grow my mullet back, but no.
Just grow the sides and trim the front, mate. Business at the front, party at the back.
Well, you see, I think I told you one time before, the reason why I can't. I mean, I do. I kind of liked that long hair I had because I used to have that when I was in college, which really, Dan, is not that long ago.
Back in those days, everybody had that same fucking haircut.
But anyway, you know, it gets under the bar when I'm doing squats, and it's just irritating. So I have to keep it cut. You know, so but
just when you're lifting, mate, just put it up into a top knot like half the other dudes.
Nah, bullshit. I don't want to do that.
Man bun, that's what they call that shit.
Yeah. So anyway,
man bun, I'm gonna get between your man buns. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want that ain't happening. Yeah, like John says, he needs a haircut too. You know, he does. So anyway, I guess that's all. Do not stand by. Is there anything about Alita that we missed here? I mean, not that I mean that we've seen a version of this slide about 50 times.
Yeah, well, there is the ability of Alita to call lightning from the sky using her plasma
Oh,
abilities.
yeah,
So,
that's
uh,
right.
so
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how the lightning abilities of Alita compare to Shantae's lightning abilities.
Yeah, and I
yeah,
like that you bring that up because then that's basically like tech versus magic. You know what I mean? That's something
yeah,
that you see in Dragon Ball all the time: tech versus magic versus natural ability, that kind of thing.
yeah,
And this would definitely be that because a lot of Alita's hack abilities in her Imaginos bodies come from the fact that the air is nanobots, basically. You know what I mean? It's the same reason why Nova can die and revive anywhere because he has control over nanobots. So if there's no nanobots around, how powerful is she? You see what I'm saying? She still has that lightning bolt thing, but that was during a thunderstorm. You see what I'm saying? Could she do
yeah.
that? She could possibly do that without a thunderstorm. Because I mean, lightning's not that hard to fucking make, the concept. It's fucking clouds rubbing the earth a little too hard, and all of a sudden they just
Well, it's just
get
static
too excited,
electricity.
Just
Static
rubbing it a bit
electricity.
hard, mate.
rubbing it a little bit hard, and it gets too excited, and boom.
Normally, how lightning is made.
That's how lightning's made.
Well, man, it's just static electricity. I mean, around here in Denver, do not stand by. I'll tell you, you walk 3 feet in the wintertime and you get zapped. So, because it's so dry, So, particularly if you have carpet in the house like I do. So, it just zaps me all the time, So,
I'm gonna let my dog out real quick. Give me a second. He's being
okay,
annoying.
no problem. So anyway, yeah, okay, that's a good point there. Do not stand by Alita being able to call down lightning like that because, particularly in Imaginos body, I think her plasma ability is a little better than it is in the Berserker, which it could be wrong about that, but that kind of gives her almost Thor-like ability, doesn't it, in terms of lightning? Because yeah, she did in the manga kill that one guy, didn't she? Or fried him, with lightning.
Yeah, Clive Lee.
Yeah.
And I would say that no, Imaginos definitely has better plasma abilities than Berserker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially since it was still pretty new to her at the time. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think her plasma is pretty. It's getting close to like Dragon Ball levels of key control. You know what I mean? Of being able to control the energy because you see them against that. I forgot. Oh, what was his name? It's on the tip of my fucking tongue. Roscoe. Remember that fight where he like puts his brain in the body of that giant metal monster at the beginning of Last Order, and she kind of has like a beam struggle. Yeah. It's like a Dragon Ball style beam struggle that she has with this guy, and that's her controlling plasma. You know what I mean? That giant ball of plasma, and then she kills him. So I definitely say it's better in the Imaginos body. And then yeah.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, I agree with you. Well, that's just the thing. I mean, I've said this about Alita in her Imaginos body, particularly out of Imaginos 2.1 body. She's got almost godlike powers with that thing. I mean, it's I think when Karula fought Alita the first time, Alita was in the Imaginos 1.0, wasn't she? Is that right?
Yeah, you're talking about when she had that jacket on and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and she fought her, and then Karula could have killed her, but she didn't because she realized that she was going to get the fate of Morgana and all that good stuff, So, but I think in the Imaginos 2.1 body, Karula would have her hands full, with Alita on that one. So, hello, Cranberry Jam. How you doing, girl?
How's it going?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah, Cran was sent me a DM saying, who the hell is Shantae or almost, and I told her that you wanted to do it, and of course you wanted to talk about her because she had big boobs, So anyway, that's
perfectly natural.
That's definitely the reason to talk about anything. You know what I mean? It's the reason why.
Oh, Lordy. So
tits and ass, man, tits and ass.
That's right. So anyway, but Cran, in case anybody doesn't know, is from North Carolina. So we'll be coming back to North Carolina in March. Cran, you and I and Ryder will have to get together again.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, we don't want to spend any more time on this because we've seen a version of this slide over and over and over and over and over, just kind of like we've watched the movie over and over and over and over, and that's okay. Okay, one neat thing I think about that's kind of similar in some regards is that Alita's control of plasma particularly in her Imaginos body, but even in her Berserker body. And Shantae can, and now correct me if I'm wrong here, Den, Shantae, she can generate fire, can't she, using magic? Is that right?
Yeah, it's just magic. She does fire, lightning, missiles. She does fucking homing missiles, all that shit. So yeah.
Oh, so she does have some tech that she can make too, or is it just like magic missiles or what?
I don't know if it's magic or if it's tech, but yeah, she does like homing missiles and shit in one of the later games. So
Yeah, so I mean, it's pretty similar, isn't it? I mean, in that regard, I mean, Alita can call down lightning. She has plasma, which is really well, it's hotter than fire. It's ionized gas, is what it is. But in a way, it's kind of similar, isn't it?
yeah.
It looks like that bird from Aladdin.
Yeah,
Genie.
there's different. Yeah, that's right. And by the way, there's several versions of her. I mean, that look different than this too. You know, so.
Her art style changes in every game. The third game is the absolute peak of the art style. I love that shit.
Is that someone from the Dragon Ball world? Is it Den?
Nah, no Dragon Balls over here. Not on this face.
No worries. I was Dragon Balls this morning.
Lordy. Yeah, it is. That's why I like you coming on the stream. And Cran, you're drinking water. I thought you'd be drinking, Kraken.
It's water mixed with Kraken.
You got a pregame first.
Okay. Oh, how's your gameplay and stuff going, Cran?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Oh, okay. Are you playing Dungeons and Dragons or a different one?
I mean, technically, I guess. I'm playing 14 right now.
Oh, okay. Final Fantasy 14.
But I do play Dungeons and Dragons too, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Nerd.
Meh.
Nerd.
Okay. Vladi says, address this one, Dan, that I guess Shantae is a genie waifu. Is that right?
That's a good way to put it. It's definitely very descriptive, you know.
Yeah.
She's like Jasmine if she wasn't a stick in the mud. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh. Okay. So anyway, but that's kind of cool. A similarity between the two of them, and of course they both can use weapons. Now, I guess Shantae doesn't get that sword until the second game. Is that right? Or am I wrong about that one? Because I've never played this game.
I haven't really played the second game that much, but she does use a sword in the third game. That's when she loses all of her power. So she has her pirate sword, and she uses a scimitar in the other games after that as well. But she doesn't really wield it in her hand. She just uses her magic and throws it around her body. That's kind of like one of those pictures I sent you. Earlier.
Oh, the one that's got the thing. It looks like mines that are rotating around her or something like that.
Yeah. She like uses them to float around her body.
What game is she from?
Shantae.
Yeah,
is that the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 games, I think.
So what's the name of the character?
Shantae. Yeah.
Yeah,
they keep it real simple, you know. But yeah, so she doesn't really use the sword as much as as she would in the third game. In the third game, she actually wields the sword. She has a couple moves. I don't know if you guys ever played the old Legend of Zelda games, kind of like charge attacks and down thrust attacks, that kind of stuff. But yeah, in the later games, when she gets her magic back, she doesn't really use it in her hand anymore. Doesn't need to.
How skilled is she with that sword?
I mean, she trained with it. I don't know how skilled she is, to be honest with you. I couldn't, like I said, she's not like a lifelong martial artist, but she trains, one of her best friends that she grew up with her entire life is a lifelong martial artist. So of course there's probably some crossover there, and they talk about it in the game, training together and stuff like that, but it's not really her thing. She's always had her magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in other words, okay, when you say train, though, I mean, and you said the weapon kind of floats around her.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture here.
Okay, all right, cool.
So
yeah, you
like
sent me
a Nintendo game there, mate.
Yeah.
So you've been playing this on your missus's console, eh?
Me and her have been playing on the Switch.
Yeah.
Well, he Dizzy, he actually gives this to us, gives this to Mrs. Den as a Christmas present.
Ah, right. But then he's
I
like,
gave it
yeah,
through.
technically it's for me.
Yeah.
Get to see some titties and ass, you know what I mean? It's like, why'd you buy me this game? So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Cool.
Just sit back and crack a beer.
Well, I can't get over the fact that she looks like your wife. I mean, I got to meet your wife then.
It's really just the brown skin and being small. That's about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah, that's it.
But does your wife have long hair? I mean, we don't need to get into your wife that much. I'm
Like
sorry.
shoulder length hair.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Then
She
her
used
hair
to
is
have
going.
long hair.
Her hair is going to be more like Alita's then, I guess.
She used to have long hair down to her butt, but not anymore.
Was this a Nintendo exclusive, Den, or can I get this on PC?
You can get on Windows.
You can get it. Yeah, you can get it on PC. You get it on PlayStation, Xbox, all that.
Ooh.
But it's like a 2D side scroller, though. I don't know if you're into that.
Yeah. Well, if you're saying it's going to be all right, I'll give it a bash.
Yeah, Sin Insanity. I've not done that. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, I have done that. I haven't played the whole thing. I started the Risky Boots DLC, and you get to use her gun, her cannon, her sword, and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's the other character, the purple big titty waifu.
Oh Lordy!
But yeah, I sent you that picture.
I gotta get this game. Of course, I still haven't played any of those 2 games that Cran sent me here, last year. So, like, I haven't had a chance to get at them. Yes, Cran, I am going to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just hadn't had a chance to get to it. How do girls deal with long ass hair? Well,
They cut it off, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what ends up happening. My wife put hers down to her shoulder, and
14.
was kind of sad about it.
Why is it? Did you not like that, or what?
I like long hair.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I just do. I like. Why do I like titties? I don't know. I just do. It's just something about how the aesthetic comes together. I think that's why I like Shantae as well, because I think her whole aesthetic comes together really well. So she has the red and gold, which I like. There's a Dragon Ball character that has the same thing, and I love that red and gold scheme. The long purple hair, all that stuff comes together. And the brown skin. I think that all those colors come together to make a really aesthetically appealing character. And plus, they gave her hips because she's a dancer. That's perfect.
Well, I kind of like that long purple hair can be used as a weapon. That to me is whoa.
You know how many women wish they could do that shit right there?
Yeah.
If you use enough hairspray, you could turn your hair into a long bat and whip someone.
Well, that's in the game. Yeah, you use hairspray to power up your hair. Hairspray and shampoo. It's a goofy ass game, but I like it. All right, I'm sharing my screen real quick. There you go.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah,
that's what I mean. But she has the stuff floating around her. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And she uses that as her weapon.
God Almighty! And that are those mines or are those? Or are they just
balls?
Pike balls is all okay. Yeah.
And then she does that with the swords as well. She when you upgrade it fully, of course, you get the swords that fly around you like that as well.
Yeah. Well, one other thing about her that is kind of similar to Alita is that either in her berserker body or in her Imaginos body, is they don't really need weapons to use that fire or that plasma, do they? I mean, they,
no.
I mean, they, like in the movie, Alita had the Damascus blade engulfed in plasma. Well, no, she don't need that Damascus blade, to use plasma. And it kind of looks like Shantae doesn't need to have a sword. As a matter of fact, in the game, does Shantae actually engulf her sword in fire? Does she ever do that?
Not that I've seen, because the only game where she used a sword in hand was the one where she didn't have her powers.
Ah.
You know what I mean? In the other game, she just used it to float around her.
Yeah,
John. Man, $14 for this seems a bit much, mate.
It was on sale. I got this shit I got one of them for $5. The other one's for $9.
Nah, I reckon I'll have it back.
Well, I think
I've just got the first one here, the Risky Revenge Director's Cut.
No, I get the later ones. Get either Pirate's Curse or any of the ones after that.
Well, Dan, I think $9 American is like $14 Australian, I think.
Ah, mate, $9 American. Yeah, it's probably about $50 Australian.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
What temperature is it over there when it's not raining right now?
I don't know, probably 20.
20 Celsius. What is that Fahrenheit? Hold on, let me do the conversion because I don't do math very
18,
well.
let's see, that would be
it's like 1.3 times or some shit like that. All
yeah,
right,
well, no, it's 9/5 C plus 32.
Okay, so y'all are about the same. Y'all are about the same. So okay.
Be 38 and 30, be 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I was about to say it's 70 degrees pretty much all day, every day here right now. So if you looking for a place to come and get away from all the fucking rain and where your money is worth just slightly more because inflation has hit us really hard here, then
Well, you want to know what's weird here? It got up to like I think 60 degrees where I am, and there's still snow on the ground. So that's
fucking bullshit that y'all got to do. Why would you move from the warm to the cold? That no one does that, Creek. Especially people your age.
You think that's cold?
There ain't a lot of people my age. Hello, Kunstler 99. How are things?
Yeah, you're in fucking Chicago. Fuck that. That is like the seventh circle of hell right there.
Well, right now, wind chill got down to like in the negative double digits.
Yeah, you're on the Great fucking Lakes. Fuck that. I'm good.
Well, Anyway,
John, I don't think she relied on the sword. I think she just used it. You know what I mean? I don't think Alita needed the sword. I think the only thing that and I kind of get what you're saying because it kind of annoyed me too in a way because I wanted to see her use the plasma away from the sword. Just use it to fry people and shit like that. But like I said, I don't think she needed the sword. I think it was just something that she used, kind of like almost when she fought Japan. You know what I mean?
Well,
she didn't need the rocket hammer, but she used it. It was just
I tell you what, she beat the crap out of those cyborgs in the alley. Now she did get the rocket hammer after Gruishka, but she took his arm off. She didn't have any weapons, So yeah, she doesn't need weapons. She can do quite a lot of damage. You remember that. Her flashback fight on the moon, she didn't have any weapons. She was just using.
Probably dropped it or something. I want to see what happened before that. Why hasn't she got a weapon?
Yeah, and all the other Kunslers or all the other military folks have weapons. Her squad leader has a weapon. I mean, where is her weapon exactly? I kind of thought that too when I saw, why doesn't Alita have a gun? Instead of kicking these people and throwing them, why don't she just shoot them?
But it happens, you hear stories about dudes that went to Iraq and lost their weapon and ended up, having to put work in different ways, so
yeah.
That's why I kind of like that scene, that's why a lot of guys, like cops and soldiers say, I don't need to learn that because I got my gun. And I'm like, motherfucker, you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But I saw a chat from Vladdy about how he likes that she uses her hair as a weapon.
Yeah.
So I've seen a couple things in looking for the power scaling. I've seen a lot of people say that, she's like a Saturday morning cartoon version of Bayonetta. No, Shantae came first by 10 years. Shantae predates Bayonetta. Just wanted to throw that out there. But Bayonetta's a waifu too that uses her hair. Never played her games, but I played her in Super Smash Bros. So,
but Shantae can use her hair. It's not only just whipping; she can actually stab people with the ends of it. I mean,
she can do whatever she wants with it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There hasn't been a limit put on it. You know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't if she was your girlfriend. You wouldn't want to piss her off. That's for sure.
Yeah, you would. You piss her off to the edge, and then you laugh and say, "I was just kidding." But there's endless great Shantae fan art. I think that's kind of another thing that I liked about it.
Yeah, that's something I noticed when I was doing a little bit of research on her. Is that there was a lot of the difference in her appearance is what struck me. I mean, she's not she's not like, monolithic, not the same every game, I guess. Like this one here, this picture looks a lot different, than does the others. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean, there's a lot of game characters that do that shit too, though, because Cortana in Halo is different in every fucking game, like completely different. She'll be a completely different color and shit. And Alita actually changes appearance pretty drastically over time too.
Yeah, that's right.
If you look at her, and it's more or less just the art style, the chosen art style. The overall design's pretty much the same, but the style.
Well, she looks pretty different in that Imaginos 2.1 body, even than she did in her Imaginos 1.0 body, or in her Berserker body, and so on. She looks pretty different, doesn't she?
Yeah, her face changes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she looks. To me, I mean, and when Ito finds her in the manga, she's kind of a cute teenager type, and then when you see her in her Imaginos 2.1 body, she looks a lot more hardened to me than she does, as of course, I guess as we age, I guess we all look more hard. I guess.
I still think her best design is tuned.
I like Cat Lita.
There's something about the middle part of a series for some reason. So even with Shantae, her third game, best design. Alita, tuned art, right in the middle of the entire franchise, best design. I don't know what happens. The same thing with Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? The characters look like shit now, but like right in the middle of the franchise, that's when the peak designs were.
Well, does Shantae have a boyfriend?
No, she just has simps like I and the other guy in the game.
Holy moly.
That is, to me, this is the peak outfit that is. So this is not actually the Space Princess outfit. This is the alternate outfit in the second game. So if you beat the game, you get to replay the game in this outfit. This is her magic outfit.
It's like you've got a Barbie doll, Denny, and you're dressing her up, mate.
I know,
comes
right?
With this outfit this week, and now get to the dream house and kitchen.
But in the third game, that's when she gets the Space Princess one, and I like that right there.
This looks like a game that Cran might like playing, right, Cran?
I think Cran will like the art. That's.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like her ears. Wow, her ears look pretty cool. Almost like a Vulcan, or something.
Yeah, but in real life, that shit'll be fucking weird, though. You know what I mean?
A Vulcan is on steroids, mate.
I'm like, bro, you ever think about getting that shit cut off?
Oh no, you wouldn't have her cut her ears off like that. No,
we gotta do like a pit bull, man. You gotta do like a pit bull, crop that shit. You know what I mean? People be looking at me all funny, like, what the fuck are you dating, man?
Well, if they mess with you. You're dating her and they mess with you, somebody, they're doing it at their own at their own
turn into
peril.
a frog or some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she'd zap them or whatever.
Turn into a monkey and throw shit at them. That'll be my favorite. That'll be my go-to right there. If my wife can turn into a monkey, you know what I mean? Now,
Vladdy says he feels like he's cheating on Alita. No, you're not. I mean, seriously, because these are, these characters. I mean, we can like more than Alita. Yeah,
you can hoard waifus. You cannot hoard wives, but you can hoard waifus.
Depends on where where you're from, mate.
Utah. I thought about it. Don't think I have it. I don't know if y'all in Australia know about Utah, but that's where all the fucking Mormons are. And it's like, it'll be like one dude with like 8 wives and shit like that.
Well, he really legally only has one wife, but he'll have some others. That's right.
But like, I seen a documentary, like the dude, he has like a Tuesday house and a Wednesday house. So like he goes to like the Tuesday house and has like his Tuesday wife and like her kids. And then he goes to like his Wednesday house and her kids and her, it seems really like fucking like a headache, if anything, but
I think Shantae needs a boyfriend, though. That's what I think. They ought to come up with a game where she has a boyfriend. That's my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, maybe. This was from a scene in one of the games that I like too. They put her in this as fan service, of course. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I thought you were going to be able to fight in it, but
this is one of the pictures you sent me too, I think.
It was all for fan service. Like I really thought you would be able to fight in this, and then she takes it off in the next scene. So. it was just to put her in it, and then that's it.
God, that hair, though, Lord, that hair and those ears. I mean, seriously.
Do you need a moment, do you, mate?
Oh, shit.
It's a great character design, man.
Oh, yeah, I think so. I enjoyed, that one, yeah.
That's the third game, the pirate game, where she loses all her powers and has to use the swords and the guns and the cannons and stuff like that. So that's...
Is she any good with them?
Human. Yeah, I mean, she is good with them. I mean, that combined with the fact that she has natural abilities, of course, and a little bit of training, you know. I mean, she wins the game at the end, right? So, of course, she didn't die, so.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, mate. I don't need to play it now, do
I? Nah, you got it right there. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, Vladi likes her, so, yeah, cool.
You watch, you'll be getting the Hot Toys Alita outfit for that.
Yeah, there's an idea
of Shantae outfit for Hot Toys Alita. That would be
that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's right. There you go, Vladi. You can kind of come up with that. I don't know if they sell that.
You can make it. Cosplay that shit. Hold on, I'm gonna find the scene, the space princess scene, that the infamous space princess scene. Give me 1 second.
Space princess. Okay.
Yeah, she gets kidnapped, and they think she says they put her in this outfit, and she says, "Oh, I'm dressed like a space princess now." This one, and they took all the girls in the game and put the other girls in the game weren't even like in the same area. They just put all the girls in the game in the same area, only for the sole purpose of putting them in this outfit and doing that. You know.
Now that one that looks kind of grayish, that's Roddy Top. Roddy Top or whatever.
No, that's Risky. That's the main villain of the franchise.
Oh, that's the pirate then.
Yeah, and when you go to their Kickstarter page and read about, this is the game, fund this game, they say how Shantae has to thwart the nefarious busty Risky boots. So her titties are one of her main character traits.
Oh, look what Angela says, Cran. He wants you to play Shantae. He wants you to cosplay Shantae.
Yeah,
there you go. Space princess outfit.
No, there is no way. Yeah, well, you think you got nothing? The Creaky would look horrible cosplaying Shantae.
Oh, listen, I told you in that video.
I'd pay for that.
Hey, look up Lady Beard is all I gotta say.
Lady I know what Beard. That is. That's the guy. He's like really hairy, got a beard, and he dresses like Sailor Moon.
Yes, he's fantastic, and he rocks those outfits, man.
The chick with the
there is no way I'm doing
that. and he's kind of jacked too. Like he's not a little guy.
He is. He's well built.
He can deadlift. So basically, you just go to the fucking gym, see a guy deadlifting and squatting 405, and he's wearing a fucking Sailor Moon outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at a picture of him right now, and he's got some guns on him too. That guy does.
Yeah, so, that's like their whole thing is that the fact that they lift, but they wear Sailor Moon outfits. And
but
the
there
girl
ain't
does that same
no. There is no way I'm doing that.
Then don't ask me to.
So
Dan,
yeah,
what do you think?
So. About Lady Beard?
No. Vladi says, is there any Twitch streams on Shantae?
You can probably find someone else, but me, I fucking suck at this game so much. I don't know what it is, and my wife sucks too.
Staring.
I know, right? Just listen. When she dances in the game, her titties jiggle. So there's that. Just
20 minutes of that, no gameplay.
I know, right? Listen, you be the new Amaranth. You know what I mean? But yeah, I suck at this game. Maybe we get Dizzy to play it.
Yeah. Well, Dizzy, you're a big gamer, aren't you?
Nah, I'll play some.
He suffers through the hardest of games to get through for us, like The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I really like the artwork I've seen on Shantae, though. She's a waifu. There's no doubt about it. So
I think that's one of her. That's basically like one of her main selling points is the fact that a lot of fan service. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and it's just fun. It's comedy. You know, it's lighthearted. It's just it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's just.
Lottie, is there any belly dancing?
I can't hear that. I didn't get that.
Yeah, is there any belly dancing cutscenes?
They have barely a 3-second clip of that in the latest game because they crowdfunded an anime studio to give them a 30-second opening. So you don't get very much of it. It probably costed a shit ton of money to do that.
Yeah.
So you barely get 30 seconds. I'll find it. Hold on. They get it's a studio that did. Y'all ever heard of Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann?
Studio Trigger.
Yeah, that's who they paid to. That's who they paid to do the 30-second opening for them.
Oh, that would definitely wasn't cheap then.
So of course that shit cost a normal leg. But yeah, as for who wins in a fight, I think that up to Imaginos Alita, it would be pretty fucking close.
I don't know. Her being a genie, you know, and Alita, say, in her, even her tuned body or her berserker body, I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't get the. I don't know this character, but this character can't move at relativistic speeds, can she? I mean, she can teleport.
But she
can she teleport?
Yeah, she can teleport. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is how Goku gets around moving with.
That's
Goku
right.
gets around faster characters, you know, because teleportation is instant, you know.
Yeah.
But stop it, man. Calm down. That's my dog.
Was she wailing there, going wailing, or what?
No, that's because that's the Pirate's Curse game where she became a pirate for the game because she lost her powers. She wasn't very good at being a pirate, but she was basically used as a weapon. You know, they no one else can do the fighting.
Was she on Risky Boots' ship?
Yeah, and Risky just used her as the weapon. Just said, "Hey, go off and find this for me and find that for me," and she just goes off and fucking does it. Which I like that. I like that about the character. You know what I mean? That's how Goku was used in the original Dragon Ball. Goku was used as like a bodyguard, like a weapon for Bulma. So Bulma would get in fucking shenanigans and be like, Goku, sick him. And then Goku, the dog Goku, would go off and just fuck shit up. And that's kind of what Shantae does in that game. She has no idea how to be a... Go ahead.
Risky Boots then I guess wants to be her friend, but also appreciates her abilities so she can use them then.
Well, I don't think she wants to be her friend. She's kind of, I don't think she likes her at all.
Oh, really? Because I read that she really deep down respects her and wants to be her friend.
No, that's the zombie character.
Oh, the zombie character. Okay, yeah.
That's Big Titty Zombie.
Is that the mermaid fish chick?
No, that's Big Titty Mermaid.
This is the zombie character right here. Yeah. Roddy Tops, yeah.
The mermaid is just a boss that you fight in the fourth game, and Big Titty
I'm just
Mermaid. Looking
at one of the pictures, and it's like the certain area of the body takes up half the fucking map.
That's good. I like that. Well, you're looking at the giant mermaid.
Well, here's a similarity between Alita, and I guess Shantae. Here she's got, she's got a good old Zapan, pinned up against the wall. Touch him again, and I will kill you. I mean, that's very tsundere of her. And then now this is her fighting. This is the zombie character. Is that right, Dan?
No, that's So in one of the games, Risky is able to find a magic lamp because genies are supposed to be bound to a lamp. She gets the lamp and takes her genie half from her and makes like an evil version of her. And that genie half is bound to the lamp and bound to Risky because that's how it works in Aladdin. And so that's human Shantae fighting the genie half of her, the evil genie half of her or whatever. So it's like a Samus. So Samus fights Dark Samus every now and then. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The evil version of herself.
Yeah. So anyway, then that's not like Alita fighting Zapan. That's like Alita would be fighting herself, actually, right?
Yeah, and that does happen, by the way, when she fights AR2 or GR2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Who is, I think, hear me out, guys.
Okay.
A slightly better waifu than base Alita because she was such a bitch, and I kind of like that. I don't know if y'all remember that scene in the manga.
Yeah, I do.
Where Clone Alita says that if I kick her ass, then can I become the regular one? Or
can I become AR1? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And she says it with that big old smile on her face. It's like, I kind of like this Alita. You know what I mean? I kind of like this one.
I don't know. I still like the original Alita. But that was funny. That was a funny scene. That's right. Well, she almost kills AR1, doesn't she? AR2 does.
Well, she kills base Alita, regular Alita, yeah. But I think the reason why is because they were basically even in abilities, but AR1 is fresh, whereas Alita had been fucking going around the desert for like the last God knows how long, fighting Den and shit like that. So
yeah. Of course, our girl ended up winning anyway, so just refused to die. So anyway, that's. So I didn't consider that when I saw this, because they do look similar, don't they? All the colors that you see there are kind of like the complementary colors of the Cran. You would know this better than me, but those colors, that reddish hair of hers, is that kind of like the complementary opposite of her purple hair there, or what?
Yeah, they kind of flip the colors a little bit.
Yeah.
Like everything that was red is purple in the other one and vice versa.
Yeah.
Silver instead of gold.
Yeah, that's right. What's that collar? What's that collar on evil Shantae's neck? What is that?
They both have collars. It's just how she dresses.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess collars are sexy, so fucking put it on her. You know what I mean?
More in other words, more fan service then.
More fan service, yeah. It's just
fucking
her
ninja armbands.
Yeah,
I like that shit too. I like all of it, and none of it is. I don't think any of it's really there for like any like story reasons or whatever. They just fucking drew her like that.
No, I heard there was a whole side story on how she got the collar.
Oh yeah, but that was like a BDSM scene that we can't talk about on stream. So you know,
fair enough.
By the way, I will say there's only one character in the Shantae game that might have a better design, and I don't know if y'all get this is just fan art of it, but it's this character right here. But I don't know.
Now, who is this character? Who is this character?
Just a random side character in there, the Squidsmith. You know what I mean? She gives you more hearts whenever you see her, and I don't know, something about big.
I reckon that giant mermaid dude's the best character design, mate. You should bring her up on your screen there.
Oh, let's see. I'm afraid it's gonna be porn though. Every time I Google something, it's gonna probably is porn.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, enlarge that guy.
Let's see.
I think it's like that button there. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do it a different way. I'm gonna just.
Okay.
Let me just do it like this. Man, there's just a lot of crazy ass fan art of these characters, man. And just like really ridiculous situations. Like some real gnarly fucking shit. Like when you really think about it. Hold on.
By the way, Dizzy, I like your PFP. I like those ears.
She got the cat ears from Halo.
I made that. Yeah, I made that a while ago, actually.
Cool.
Oh, let me find the fucking mermaid though. I'm gonna do it a different way. Yeah, when Dizzy, you got to do a Twitch stream.
What of this game?
Shantae. Yeah. Gotta do it, man.
Sounds like a name from Boys in the Hood.
It does. I thought that was funny too. I have no idea why they made any of the creative choices they did, but it fucking works for this game. It just works for it for me. All right, I'm gonna share a video.
Okay. Just make sure the audio is off.
Why is that?
So, well, in case we get yeeted, you know.
I don't think this will Yu though. It's a video game, but I'll turn the audio off.
Okay.
It's just a side scroller, you know what I mean? So
Oh, is this what happens? Yeah.
Just fight the big titty mermaid. That's about it. And it's just a platformer like that, you know what I mean? So it's just fun. Something that me and my wife play together.
I am now thoroughly distracted.
Yes.
I'd keep dying here. I don't know why, but I would.
Oh, hey, that's she's shooting that lightning at her. Look at that.
And the game is surprisingly challenging. I thought this shit would be easy, but
she's trying to hit that jewel on her head, I guess, with her hair, right?
Yeah. So that's more or less the game right there. It's fun.
She can swat her with that tail too, I guess, huh?
I enjoyed the big titty mermaid scene. I watched the review for her.
Oh, what a surprise!
And it's fun when my wife needs help. You know what I mean? Because she gets stuck, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll help you out." You know what I mean? I gotta pay attention here. But yeah, I watched a review for it last night, and the reviewer was a man complaining about, what is the next boss gonna be? Let me guess, another girl in bikini. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? Like, why are you mad about that? You know what I mean? But whatever.
He's the one playing it. Fuck.
I know, right?
Put the controller up then if you don't like it.
Yeah, don't play it. About it. Don't play it. Yeah, exactly.
I bet he finished it.
Yeah, of course.
He finished it more
than
one way.
In the game.
Now, you know, here's Alita, you know, this is, of course, the Creek's favorite scene, obviously. Fuck your mercy. I just love that scene. But anyway.
I found something cool with that. Yeah, go ahead. I'll post it later, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. When you bring it up, we'll share the screen. Now, who is this character right here?
That's the ammo baron. That's actually a pretty funny character. So he's basically like the militaristic character, like I guess like a warlord. And he has his own private army, and he like takes over the fucking town. And I think one of the funnier scenes in the third game is when he comes, he attacks the town. Shantae defends the town, but then something happens to where he legally owns the town, and so they arrest Shantae for all the damage to the town. And you know, like in games, you get a new item, and it's like this big old fucking thing.
Yeah.
And you get this new item, and it's like this big old fanfare, and it's a court summons because Shantae is now going to go to jail. That's her next.
Summons in a game.
That's her next adventure is a court summons, and then she gets fired and all that shit. But yeah, he's the ammo baron. Actually, his boss fight's actually pretty fucking awesome. We find that.
Well, but you know where it's similar to Alita, you know, is Alita can fight opponents much bigger than her and win. You know, kind of like when she fought Toji, you know, and she beat Toji. And now she's fighting this guy, and she fought that giant mermaid. I mean, that's something they have in common, isn't it? Where they, by the way, I know one thing. Well, on the next slide, I guess we can discuss that. You know, because I got a kind of comparison of the two at that point in time. So what are we looking at here? That looks like an army of some kind.
This is her fighting him in his army. Basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Guy. And he just fucking literally just throws soldiers at you. And I thought this was pretty fun. It was pretty funny to me. So, but that's the guy, right? So
yeah, the guy in the middle. Yeah.
That's who it is.
God, that's pretty. I might have to check this game out. I think
it's a silly ass game, and it's just meant to be silly and goofy and fun.
Of course, I'd get the Windows version. So.
Just get Nintendo Switch, man. That thing's actually pretty good. I used to make fun of the Nintendo Switch back in the day, but I like it now.
Well, if they got a good.
Come on, mate.
Well, and that Metroid Dread is legitimately good, Dizzy. Come on. It actually is good.
Not good enough to buy a Nintendo, mate.
Yeah, but the shit is cheap. It's cheap.
Maybe in American money.
Oh, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, my window just froze, so if I have to close out of it, I'll be right back.
So it's pretty cold where you are then, Denny.
No, it's just my heart, man. Just my heart. But Whenever you want to come out here, man, I'm telling you, you come out here, you never leave.
I don't know. I left Florida to go to Colorado.
Yeah, but you made a mistake. Everyone does that every now and then. You know what I mean? I can't judge you for that. You know. Get down. Get down.
Oh.
Get down. What the fuck is going on? All right, so I'm gonna have to close up my window. My Brave tab froze. I'll be right back.
Okay, so anyway,
here's for a second.
Yeah, this is kind of the comparison of the two, I guess. You know, Alita's a cyborg, certainly. Shantae's a genie, or half genie, I guess. And I guess what Den said, that makes her more dangerous because she's not bound to any kind of lamp or anything like that. So I guess I can get rid of this other instance of you here, right?
Yeah. Am I still up on the other one?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So anyway,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say what you say. Well, I was just gonna say that a couple more things when it comes to powers. Like I said, they haven't really put a cap on her abilities. Like in the last game, she learned new stuff, and she's able to borrow other genies' powers. You know, and not even with them around. Like she borrowed their abilities, and it's able to take them wherever she goes. So like this one, she had the ability to cause that big ass hammer was to cause earthquakes. So she was able to shake the entire area and clears off the whole screen, kills everything around her. She can do that with lightning as well. So it's not just a lightning bolt. She can like literally fucking call a lightning storm and fuck everything up, or charge energies, charge machines and stuff like that. And then I think her most busted, broken power, hack ability, would be that in one of the games, she actually demonstrates the ability to grant wishes and restores an entire city back. And that right there is like Shenron levels of power, like Shenron, the Eternal Dragon from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So,
or what was that critter that was on Namek? What was his name? That, you know, that guy that was not Shenron, but it was, you know, the name of the
dragon
genie.
There.
Yeah, the dragon there. What was that one's name?
That was Purunga. That's the Namekian dragon.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger and more powerful, it seems like to me, than the other dragon.
His wishes are slightly weaker, but he gives you 3 instead of just 1. But then they powered up the Earth Dragon in Dragon Ball, and now he gives you 2. Oh. So yeah, well, you haven't gotten to that point in the show yet, though.
Okay. So anyway, like I say, Alita is a cyborg, a total replacement cyborg. Shantae is a half genie. Alita, you know, hers basically tech, isn't it? Whereas Shantae's is magic. And of course, they both, it's similar in one regard, you know, except I would say that plasma would be a little more powerful than just fire. You know, fire can be pretty hot, but, you know, plasma, you can get up to really, really hot because it's ionized gas. So that's going to be hot. But it's kind of similar in that regard. They both have
plasma somewhat similar to lightning in ways, because I know lightning is electrons.
No, plasma is really, the reason why plasma would control lightning is because it is ionized gas. And in other words, the gas itself is so hot that it's lost an electron, and now it's got a negative charge. So now the lightning would come down and be attracted by it, you know. So because lightning is electrons, and you know that's a negative charge, and the plasma would, since it lost an electron, would be a positive charge. So, you know, that's why plasma would control lightning. At least that's what I think. Back in the day when I was a physics major for a short time. So
golf clubs,
every fucking thing
control lightning.
Yeah, hell yeah, they can. Ask any Floridian. Any Florida man knows that shit.
And of course, they're both skilled. I would say Alita is more skilled with her Damascus blade than Shantae would be with a sword. Would you agree with that, Dan?
I would. So if this was Shantae in the third game where she had to rely on the sword, definitely Alita has her beat. But later in the series where she surrounds herself with just a fucking shit ton of swords. You know what I mean? That would be something that she would have to use a lot of skill to defeat, because on Shantae's side, that's not sword skill, that's just magic skill. Whereas with Alita, she would have to use sword skill. Now the Damascus blade is a very sharp sword, so maybe she'll be able to cut away those swords as they come to her. But you know,
well, now Alita uses Panzerkunst, of course, and that's
stop biting me. Get down.
Yeah, that's her style, I guess. But now you mentioned that Shantae, that who was it that trained her now? That mimic trained
her. A horny
her.
friend.
Oh, okay, or her horny friend, which wouldn't be mimic. That'd be her uncle. That'd be
yeah.
Would that be Bolo?
That's like her Ito. Bolo, yeah. Mimic is like her Ito, the inventor. That's kind of her father figure. Whereas Mimic is like I guess her figure 4. I guess. I think Bolo's more like her figure 4.
Well, I think Mimic is that's like her adopted uncle, isn't it? Something like that.
It might be her biological uncle. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know if they've actually said whether or not he's biological or not. All they know is that her dad was like a great warrior or something.
So,
like that.
In other words, Bolo trains Shantae in the martial arts. What martial art was it?
I don't think they ever got specific about it.
But
it does use a lot of weapons, though. Use a lot of kicks and weapons. Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, but he doesn't say this is Kyokushin karate or something like that, right? Or Muay Thai.
No.
Okay.
It could be based on Taekwondo, because people grow up doing that shit. Of course, the writers maybe did it when they were young, and of course they use bow staffs and shit like that, and a lot of kicks. So. Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, I guess both of them can control lightning. Particularly Alita has a lot of control over lightning in her Imaginos body. And would you estimate that would be about the same magnitude of power as Shantae, or does Shantae get more power there, Den?
I don't know, because I know in that last game she's able to conjure up a storm, but that was a borrowed power. But it didn't give her any limits on when she has to get the power back or anything like that, when she can't use it anymore. So I guess it would depend on when they meet.
How does she borrow power off people?
I don't fucking know.
Can she genies and shit. What I'm trying to say here is, do you reckon that she could borrow Alita's power and use it against her?
I don't think so, because Alita's powers are more tech oriented, and she borrowed genie powers.
Yeah, but she's a fucking genie, mate. She could be like, genie, her powers against her with me magic.
Maybe she could. Because like I said, there's no rules, basically. You know what I mean? When it comes to a fucking genie. It's whatever. And I think that's what makes her so fucking broken, and which is why, when I see some of these other like death battle things lowball her, they have her like losing against like fucking Rayman. Like fucking Rayman. Are you shitting me? That motherfucker don't even got arms. How strong can he be? You know what I mean? So dog, get down. My dog is like really trying to beat the shit out of me right now. Get down. He's like on his back legs, swinging his paws at me. Get down. But you know what I mean? But and that's the thing. I think they're really lowballing Shantae, because just as much as you lowball her, you can also highball her, because she was able to create a city out of nowhere, like restore an entire fucking city, just by willing it into fucking existence. So
Jesus, that's a lot of power.
And she only did it once in the series, you know what I mean? But who said that she, you know what I mean?
If you do it once, you can do it more than once.
Yeah. Get down. What are you doing?
Sin of Sanity says, who else can control lightning? Well, yeah, Thor can control lightning. So these two actually.
Yeah, but Thor doesn't have titties.
He does have guns.
Yeah, he's got big guns.
And he's got like long half-baked mullet.
He's got that long, sultry blonde hair. So maybe if I close my eyes and squint really hard, I could pretend he's got titties, from behind.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm just kidding.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, no. That's not gonna work for the Greek.
I mean, how long have you been in prison? That's what matters right there. You know what I mean?
Jeez, no, that ain't happening. So Thor can call down lightning. I guess the Flash, when he runs, he generates a lot of static charge, So I guess he can't call it down, but I guess he can generate it, I suppose.
How does he call it down?
Well, I don't know how he'd call it down, though. I mean, the static he's going to be.
Does he just get his iPhone out, mate? Calls 000 or 911 or whatever.
Is that what it is in Australia? 000?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 911 here, I guess.
I guess
in England,
if you're
in England, it's 999. I think in England, isn't it? Yeah.
At least
Lottie, you're out there.
Is it all of it?
Yeah, Lottie, if you're still out there, is it 999? That would be the emergency phone number. If you're still there. So anyway, what else? What are we missing here? I mean, there's obviously more to these characters than just these 5 lines right here.
Let's see. Abilities, fighting skill.
Well,
I mean,
let me
honestly,
ask this. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say an X factor. So I gave Shantae an X factor. Her X factor would be the fact that her power, she doesn't know the limits of her own power yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every game, it seems that she gets stronger and stronger. Like I said, able to cause earthquakes and lightning storms and all kinds of shit like that, and fuse with other genies. And she's able to transform into things that she didn't know she can transform into before. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, that shape shifting, that Kamaloid thing. Yeah, if she's a shapeshifter, that's something Alita can't do.
Yeah, she can just change into many different things. But the X factor that Alita definitely has is, number one, battle experience, and the fact that she's more, I guess the best way to put it is more savage. You know what I mean? Has more of a killer instinct. There you go. You know what I mean? Like
she's got more of a killer instinct than Alita.
Than Shantae.
Oh, Alita has more of a killer instinct than Shantae does. Yeah.
Yeah. So Shantae's X factor is that she doesn't know the limits of her abilities. You know what I mean? Yeah. Alita's X factor is the fact that she has far more experience when it comes to just like military conflict. Because I guess Shantae does have fight experience too, because she's basically been the Batman for this city for a long time. But I would say when it comes to, like, you know, just life or death fighting, I'd say Alita definitely has the edge there, and has more of a killer instinct than Shantae does. You know what I mean? Where Shantae, you know, wants to be your friend at the end, like fucking Goku. You know what I mean? Alita would more likely just kill you.
So yeah, because I don't know what Shantae's mental state is. I mean, with Alita, you know, she can be in these weird ass moods, you know, or these like I've always said, she's. I mean, I think Alita's basically good. I think she is, but she has her moments, you know. Does Shantae go through any? Well, I guess you did say she was a pirate for a while, right?
She has a temper, but she doesn't really ever go through any like negative character arc. You know what I mean? So with Alita, that would be a negative character arc where the character goes from being morally good to at least morally gray or morally bad. Shantae doesn't do that. When she's a pirate, she's not really like plundering and shit like that. She's doing good, but working with a pirate and is, you know, getting into the whole fucking pirate spirit. So.
Yeah, because Alita can definitely go off the rails sometimes, you know. And I, you know, there was a case where, you know, I guess Alita, you know, at one point, you know, she kind of had a nervous breakdown. I guess she was, you know, wanted to see Ito again. She wanted to see Hugo again, and you know, she was she had a nervous breakdown. She started crying. Does Shantae ever do anything like that?
I haven't seen any scene yet where she has a nervous breakdown or anything like that. Her emotions are pretty stable. Like I said, it's a fucking, it's not that deep of a game. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's not as deep of a story as, say, Battle Angel would be. You know what I mean? That's
right. But you agree with me though that Alita does have those moments when she is psychologically very broken, right?
Yeah. Where Shantae has her moments of just like, you know, low self-esteem and things like that, or naivety, that kind of things like that. But it's nothing that in the next scene, she's going to be better kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or sometimes she gets like weird visions and shit like that. You know, a lot of games start like that, but.
Well, she's
mostly a happy character.
Okay. So Alita though, well, from what I've gathered, Alita is mostly not a happy character. I mean, she's happy, you know, like when she meets Figure 4. Certainly happy when, you know, she's meeting Hugo. Although Hugo disappoints her quite a bit, I think, even in the manga, you know. Oh, here we go.
I'd say the difference is at her core, Alita is a happy person, but so much shit happens to her that she's not allowed to be happy. So when you see Alita allowed to be happy, she's happy. You know what I mean? When nothing's wrong. But shit is always going wrong. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
So she's not inherently an unhappy person, but she's in unhappy circumstances. And a lot of Last Order was her trying to cope with that and try to exist. You know what I mean? As in these circumstances that she's been given. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh factor. Sanity brought that up, and I'd say
Yeah.
Shantae has some ooh factor.
Yeah, she does.
Especially her little dancing sprite right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that looks like one of those transparent background pings too, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's her sprite from the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
and that's something I've been saying for a long time about the fact of an Alita game. I wouldn't want it to be from a big ass AAA studio. I'd want an indie studio like what made Shantae to make the game, because you really don't have to fucking put a lot of money in these fucking graphics. You know what I mean? I don't need to see Alita's pores. You see what I'm saying? I guess if it's a manga-based game, it would be better. Wind Waker, when they updated that from the GameCube to the Wii, they didn't really have to do anything except upscale it to HD, because those kinds of graphics are timeless. You know what I mean? Like they look good no matter what system they're on. You see what I'm saying? So I'd prefer an indie studio to do that shit, because it wouldn't be stuff with fucking microtransactions and all kinds of other bullshit. They won't spend 10 hours rendering one fucking flower when the game is fucking busted and broken and you can't even fucking play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Just give me graphics like this that work. And these are the actual in-game graphics, and it looks like a cartoon more or less. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even Street Fighter games from back in the day hold up well, so.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's like that old game I play from time to time. It's called Eradicator. The graphics.
Was that on the Commodore 64 or something?
Yes, it is. It is.
No, it isn't. No, it's not. It's a Windows game, but Commodore 64. No, it's on an MZI 8080. I bet you
don't say Enzon.
I don't.
You know what an MZI 8080 is, right? That was one of the very first microcomputers. One of the very first ones.
And when you say microcomputer, it was fucking like the size of a house, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't actually. No, it wasn't. It was
the first cellular phone, the first mobile phone. You know what I mean? You use it as a fucking weapon to bludgeon someone.
Yeah.
Put it in a sock, mate, and swing it.
Yeah. By the way, we're down to 4 people. I probably should have said this earlier. Occasionally, a bot will come on there and do a post in the chat. Nobody click on those. I get rid of them as fast as I can. But if you click on them, you're gonna have a virus. Yeah, that, or you'll have a virus on your system. So you don't want that. So
they entice you with porn links, and then you click on the porn link because you're horny, and then you get a virus.
Yeah, that's right. So
what type of virus do you get, mate?
So you see that, you'll see them. We saw about 3 or 4 of them here pop up here, and then I block them every time. But of course, they just change their username, and then do it again. But I want to keep blocking them. Now, who is this character? Oh, that's
her best friend, her other big titty best friend. They're all big titty people in this game.
So this is Sky then.
Yeah, I like that character too. Pretty good character design.
Kind of reminds me of Shimura a little bit.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Definitely opposite character personalities though. But in Lux, yeah, I definitely could say that.
Is she like a fighter?
No, she trains what's called warbirds in the game, just like giant ass hawks that fuck people up and shit like that.
Carry them off and eat them, I guess, right?
Well, Denny, do you ever play any Dragon Ball games? There's a few of them.
I play Dragon Ball games?
Yeah.
Back in the day, hell yeah. Some of the new shit sucks though. But back in the day, there's some real good fucking Dragon Ball games. Why you ask?
I was just asking.
They got one now called Xenoverse. Is real popular, but I suck at it, so I don't play it.
Yeah, she does look like Shimura a little bit, although I don't recall Shimura wearing a turban like that. I mean, not under that hood, but on the under the hood, that light blue, turquoise blue looking thing that.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be, I guess, in the Middle East. I don't actually know. It's never really said, but here's another one that we're gonna do for Alita one day when I'm on stream.
Okay.
One of the OGs. So
now,
that's another one we got to do.
That's who?
Mai.
Mai.
She's from fighting games. Yeah, she's a ninja, and she uses fans and cleavage in order to fight. That's literally like her fucking thing is fans and cleavage and fire.
Holy crap!
Diz, you know who Mai is, right?
Isn't she from the Final Fight game? There's a dude,
King of Fighters.
King of Fighters, yeah, and the main dude out of there, his name's Terry, I think.
Yeah, she's in King of Fighters. She's in Capcom versus SNK. She's in the Dead or Alive games. I love the Dead or Alive games, of course. You know, everyone. If you've ever played the Dead or Alive games, you know why I like that game. But Dead or Alive game is literally just a titty game. She's
definitely a waifu.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I discovered that one when I was like 10. And as a 10-year-old playing,
you were forward thinking when you were 10, huh, Dan?
When I was a 10-year-old playing these games, I was like, oh, okay.
What'd your mother think about that shit? What'd your mother think?
The games. She's like, Mom, buy me this. Okay, whatever.
She was at work.
I know, right? She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I got to play those games that Cran.
Oh, you do. You got to. Okay, no, listen. I'm about to fucking pull up the Dead or Alive games. You really haven't played these or heard of these?
No, Dizzy. Yeah, I'm about to say Dizzy.
Yeah.
First of all, they're actually good fighting games. A lot of people don't think they are, but they actually are really fucking good fighting games. But they also have a lot of titties in them. It's an ass and titty fighting game. So yeah, of course. You know,
they're out there in the snow and they're wearing that.
Yeah. It's an ass and titty fighting game, basically what it is. And they also have a version of the game that wasn't even a fighting game. It was literally just volleyball. So it's just the girls with the game. So they took all the Dead or Alive girls.
Oh, she's fighting Bruce Lee there.
They got a Bruce Lee archetype character.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. So Dead or Alive. They literally just took the girls from the Dead or Alive games and made a spin-off series where they just play volleyball in bikinis. Now I have not played this game. Okay, I promise. On the
I already know about it, mate. Come on, mate.
I only played the fighting games, but I'm not against playing these games. And basically, one of the biggest selling points for these fucking games, like the Dead or Alive games,
we can see what the selling point is there.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they make over $1,000, right? They monetize outfits, so you can buy like all these different outfits for these girls. Basically, play dress up with them. And if you were to buy all the outfits, it would be over $1,000 that you spend on this one game. Like they really look at that shit, like maid outfits and shit like that. I like that guy. He's a black Muay Thai guy. So this whole thing's Muay Thai. I like that dude. But like the Spanish girl, yeah, she got some pretty dope outfits right there. But like you got to spend so much money on this shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, they put Maya in that game. I was hoping maybe they'll put Shantae in there too one day, you know.
That's why you're working 2 jobs, Denny.
Gotta buy them outfits, man. No, they really fucked me over though, because like I owned Mai as a DLC character way back in the day, but I got rid of Dead or Alive. Then I got it again, and they canceled her for the game. So even if you own her, you can't. They locked her behind. You can't buy her anymore. You can only buy her in Dead or Alive 6, which sucks. So they're like saying, if you want to play as Mai, you got to fucking buy the new game. That sucks.
Wait,
Right,
Denny, you watched the new Boba Fett, have you?
No,
I have. I liked it. I thought.
I was just going to say, you know, in the second episode, the Tusken Raider that was an epic warrior was actually a bird. It was a female.
Have some titties.
Yeah, it's the stunt double for Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
She played what's her name? Joanna Bennett. She played that Tusken warrior that kicked ass.
No, I never watched it. I haven't really watched Star Wars since.
I liked it. I liked that game. I liked that episode. That first one.
The Black Wookiee man.
The last new movie I've seen was Malignant, and that's not a joke.
Was what?
The last new movie I've seen, at all is Malignant. That's the last film I've seen that I hadn't seen.
I'm still waiting for that to be so I can rent it off the iTunes store. You still can only buy it for like $30.
What? What are they doing to y'all in Australia, man? That's fucked up.
Well, I missed it at the cinemas.
I would say go buy it because you're probably gonna watch it again. Judging by the shit that you sent me that you like, you're probably gonna watch it more than once. You're probably gonna watch it once and then tell your wife, "Yo, you gotta watch this shit," and then you're probably gonna tell your buddies at the bar, "Yo, you gotta watch this shit." That's what I did.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch it. I'll wait till it comes down on price for rent for like $6.
It might just be worth it to buy it though, because you're probably gonna watch it again. That's what I'm saying. Like you are going to watch this movie more than one time.
Well, I went back and watched that dude's some of his other movies. What's his name? James, the director.
Oh, James Wan, the Aussie guy, the Asian dude. Yeah, dude, he's a really good director. He's one of my favorites. I just didn't like Aquaman and fucking Fast and Furious, but his horror shit is great.
Aquaman. I thought Aquaman was good.
It's just not my cup of tea. My wife loved it.
Yeah.
You know, she enjoyed that shit, but
it was the Insidious ones. I watched all them. I still got the last one to watch. But
last one sucked balls. But
I'll still watch it.
I can't just not watch it.
Then what did you think of the Book of Boba Fett, the first episode?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Okay.
No. I know it's Robert Rodriguez, but Star Wars just really isn't my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't hate Star. I have an appreciation for the old Star Wars. You know what I mean? I have a really big appreciation for the universe, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the story was good. You know, for the Book of Boba Fett, that first episode.
The bit where we was trying to teach the Tusken Raiders how to ride those speeder bikes was fucking fun.
See, my thing would be I would be watching it and appreciating.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll be watching it and appreciating it, but ultimately I'll be forcing myself to watch it. You know what I mean? And it'd be hard. Plus, we've been playing the Shantae games this whole fucking time. You know, every time I watch it, that's what we sit do. We got to get through the 3 Shantae games, and we're getting the Metroid, which is another waifu.
Yeah. Samus. Yeah. Yeah, we want to do a stream on Alita and Samus. I think those two would be a little more, they have a lot more in common, I think.
Samus is pretty busted too, because I was looking it up.
Yeah.
And
I know she is. I know she is, but what I'm saying is she's human. She's a warrior. You know,
no, but listen though.
Okay.
I was looking it up, right? Because I don't know. I'm just looking at my favorite character.
Just listen to me.
And they had Samus destroying fucking Shantae. And I'm like, how the fuck is Samus destroying Shantae? You know what I mean? Like that bad. No. And they're saying that Samus is black hole level of power. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't read into it to see like how they came up with that. You know what I mean? But they're trying to say that she's like Goku powerful. I'm like, how? I don't know. I'd have to look into it to figure that out.
Well, you see, that's the thing about Alita, though. You know, Alita eventually she was connected to the singularity, so she's got some pretty badass powers when she's got that Imaginos 2.1 body. She is connected to a black hole.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't think Samus was that powerful.
No, I don't think so either.
Being pretty fucking busted. I would have to look at their arguments. You know what I mean? Because what they call it in the power scaling community is wanking. You know what I mean? When you want to wank a character, you know, you take small little things and like try to extrapolate from that. So like, you could say something like to wank Alita, you could say that she's as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Goku because she fought Tunpo, and Tunpo was able to control a black hole, and Goku defeated a black hole. Therefore, that makes Alita pretty much as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and we know that Super Saiyan Blue Goku is retardedly strong. You know what I mean? That would be wanking Alita, and I think that they might be wanking Samus a little bit because she's pretty fucking hot. But I just don't see how Samus can be black hole level. I mean,
now this is one of this here is one of Shantae's. She's done shape shifting to this mermaid character, right?
Yeah, I forgot I had that up.
Oh, that's all right. No, that's all right.
Yeah, she they have her that's one of her mermaid forms there. Hold on, I'm pulling up something else though.
Well, yeah, just one more because we're going to bring the stream to close. But then before you do, Cinna Sandy asks, is there any calls for a Shantae? Ooh, I thought I clicked on it and it went away.
Don't worry about it.
That's okay. But anyway, as soon as Sandy was asking, are there any calls for an anime? Shantae anime.
I've seen that pop up every now and then. Not anything coordinated. So the big coordinated fan thing that they did, that was so one of the reasons why I got into the Shantae fandom a little bit, because it reminded me of the Alita fandom. You know how we've been calling for a sequel and using hashtags and trending, putting out art and stuff like that, trying to get Disney's attention in order to make a sequel. The Shantae fans have been doing that forever as well, trying to get Shantae into Super Smash Bros. Because she's been a Nintendo character for the last 20 years. And so she would be a fit for the Smash Bros. Series. And it kind of worked. They gave her like they gave her like a weird. You can get a Shantae outfit in the Smash Bros. Game, but it was kind of like that. And there's like memes about it. You'll see. But I've seen people talk about wanting an anime ever since they got Studio Trigger to do that opening, but I've not seen anything coordinated.
I see.
I think that would be a very good fucking idea right there, to be honest with you, in order to call for a fucking anime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd do an Alita anime too. That'd be nice. So I mean, we got an Alita anime, but I mean, a more modern.
We got an Alita OVA.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we got. Yeah.
Not quite the same. Kind of.
No, it's not.
Kind of weak. Kind of weak in comparison to what you can do with an anime. But the OVA was good. But I just think that they really should do a Shantae anime. But the thing about it is, it cost them like a fucking $1 million to do that in that last game. So I don't know what they're gonna try to do.
Cran, why don't you draw Sailor Moon more?
Time.
Okay. Yeah, I got the impression when I said I wanted what was it? I said a really big commission. I can see I can just picture in my mind how you just kind of sunk in your chair.
Dude, that one painting I did was as big as my craft table.
Damn.
I haven't posted it anywhere yet, but yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. Anyway, I like my second painting, that's for sure. Okay, well, I guess I want to bring the stream to a close here. I guess do not stand by. We didn't hit you too hard on this one because I'm pretty sure you didn't know the character Shantae. But is there anything that maybe we brought up that maybe you want to, put your 2 cents in right now, or what?
Yeah, I was just wondering, since they had Bayonetta going to Super Smash Brothers, and that ended up totally messing up the game balance. Did something similar happen in Shantae? Did she get added to Super Smash Brothers?
No, they hold on, let me pull this up really quick. Just give me 1 minute.
No, it's okay.
All right. Just give me like 2 minutes. Because you brought that up, that's why I want to show this meme. But no, she didn't ever get into Smash. She didn't get into Smash, and it's a fucking travesty. I wish she did, because she's the oldest she would be the oldest indie IP that ever got into Smash, and she's of course started as a Nintendo character, but whatever. Life isn't fair.
Yeah, I don't think Alita would be a good addition to Super Smash Brothers, but I'm thinking maybe like a more realistic fighting game like Tekken or even Soul Calibur. They even added Star Wars characters to Soul Calibur, so Alita with her Damascus blade could be an option for a weapons-based game.
Well, I know one thing. If they translated that Martian memory over to English, everybody in the Alita army would probably buy it.
Well, yeah, because those are parts of the story that I want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
because I really enjoy it when Chaos plays it. I've watched him play it several times. I mean, it's kind of enjoyable. But it's Japanese. I can't read Japanese worth a damn. So, actually, not even that good. So.
All right. 2 minutes almost up. Give me a second.
Okay. Well, let me ask Dizzy. Dizzy, anything you want to bring up? Any last thoughts?
Nah, mate.
Cran,
like Dizzy?
What was that, mate?
You like titties, Dizzy? He's fucking eating. Never mind.
Well, that's like
ASMR.
That's like asking, is the sky blue? Are you kidding me?
But he answered with ASMR instead, which I think that's going to be your next Twitch meta, Dizzy.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
No, I hate that shit so much. I don't know why. All right, there we go. Do not stand by. This is the meme that I was going to bring up when you said that. Which I feel their pain completely. I absolutely feel their pain now. Looking back at their campaigns to get her in, because they were at this for like 5 years, it seems like, maybe even longer than that, trying to get her into Smash. Because it wasn't just this one; it was like earlier Smash games too. So, but they gave her a costume. You could dress like Shantae. So, oh well, I guess that works out.
Yeah, the Creek is not going to cosplay Shantae. That's not going to happen.
I think you'll look good. You can
yeah, bullshit. That's not happening. Cran, any last thoughts?
Tits and ass.
There you go. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and I promise you, Cran, I am going to play those 2 games you gave me.
Okay, I don't even remember.
Yeah. Dan, any other last thoughts?
Give me your waifus. That's it. Let's put them up against each other. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to do a waifu tier list stream one day. Not on a weekend, probably on a weekday during the summer or something like that. And I'd like y'all to join me because it'll just be fun.
Yeah,
rate waifus on not just if they can fight each other, but all kinds of criteria. You know what I mean? Like literally, there's no criteria. Just whatever.
Are you gonna live stream it?
Maybe either that or make it a video.
Okay.
Maybe live stream it because that's easier. But yeah, I want to do a waifu tier list. We're gonna have Mai Shiranui on there. We're gonna have fucking Shantae on there. Of course, we're gonna have like 3 versions of Alita. Chun-Li. Chun-Li's definitely an X factor there.
You want to make sure Angelus gets a shot at it too.
Stop it. My dog is really fucking trying to beat the shit out of me right now. We'll put Sailor Moon on there, but isn't Sailor Moon supposed to be a high school character?
She is.
Okay, so never mind. Sailor Moon's not gonna be on that.
You gotta put Sailor Venus. She's the bomb.
Is she a high school character?
Yes, and she is my waifu.
Okay, I live in Florida, and the age of consent here is a little bit different. I don't
age
know
of
what
consent
it
in Japan is 16, buddy.
Yeah, I can get away with it in Japan, but you know what I mean? I'm not doing it out here. I'll just be a black man with tattoos and guns, and they come to my house trying to knock down my door. It's not going to go well for me, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, man, for Christmas,
I don't want to give the cops a reason.
I asked for a sexy body pillow of a character, and yeah, I got shot down.
What character is this?
What character?
Ishtola from Final Fantasy 14.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Sexy cat girl, but I was like, I want this. I very flatly got told no.
Why?
Because it was very sexy.
Is it a kid character or something? Is that
why?
No,
it's an adult.
Oh. Why'd they shoot you down? That's weird. I've seen some really fucking weird body pillows out there, like fucking Nicolas Cage and shit like that.
Cran, that wasn't guys shooting you down, was it?
It was Rhino, yeah.
Oh, Rhino!
Oh,
no!
Can you imagine me opening that at Christmas?
He's the one that said no. Okay, I see. He should have said yeah. Then y'all could just share it. You know what I mean?
I'm a pervert, man.
Jeez, it'd need washing flat out then.
Gotta wash it every night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's sexy. I'll get it one day. I'll just order it.
Cool. Well, yeah. Whenever you do that, Dan, just let us all know. I'd love to be in that.
Oh yeah, I'm discovering a lot more waifus, man. I know that Bleach character is definitely fucking dope, man. I've never seen Bleach, but the brown chick from Bleach, like her a lot, like her design. So she's got brown skin and purple hair as well, just like Shantae. So
yeah, but Dan, you know you're the waifu subject matter expert in the Alita Army, don't you?
I'm gonna fucking be if I'm not already, I'm gonna fucking get there one day. Trust me.
Oh lordy,
I'm gonna get there one day.
Cool. Okay, I guess Maxie usually talks to this when he's on here, but he's getting his 3rd COVID shot, so he's probably got it by now. But anyway, I guess tomorrow on Radio Chaos, they're going to talk about, or we're going to go over the chapter 7 of the manga. So that's going to be pretty cool, I think. And, just basically all they do is they go through the panels. I think they go through Manga Park's panels, I think, but should be a lot of fun. So.
All right, sounds good. Let me see what chapter 7 is. What is that again? I know we
it's called Compassion, like that, but
yeah, it's the end of the fight. There we go.
That's right. Yeah, she takes compassion on Makaku or whatever, so
she's not quite evolved into her final waifu form yet, but give it a few more chapters. I think
she's still a teenager.
Motorball.
Yeah.
Motorball arc, a little bit after that. That's when it finally blossoms into a full-blown waifu. You know what I mean? And they're tuned,
Yeah. Yep, Dan, you are a waifu subject matter expert. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely want to have you on for the stream. I know that for sure. So,
and you probably want to have Angelus on too. He probably would want to come on. So,
because he knows about him. Actually, I'd ask him some questions. So,
yeah, probably Grandma Alita would be more my speed, but that's the way it works. I guess.
Hey, is everything intact down there? That's all I'm like.
Oh yeah. I'm in good shape, man. Ain't no problem.
I was talking about Grandma Alita.
Oh, Lordy, I guess. So Max
set specifications. You know what I mean? Since she's a cyborg, and
she's going to bring that lightning.
Right. Well, Maxie, I hope I didn't screw up because we are doing chapter 7. So I guess okay. I guess this is our queen. This is the Creek's favorite actor. Although Maxie corrected me, I used the term actress a while ago last week, and Maxie, I did see a recent YouTube video that used the term actress, but I'm going to stick with actor because I think maybe that's more, more in the times now. But anyway, be that as it may, this is my favorite actor right here. And certainly made Alita come to life, and she's number 1 in Creek's book in terms of being an actor.
Hey, really quick, give me a second. I'm gonna go feed my dogs, but keep going.
Okay. And I guess just to kind of finish this thing off, why is this image here? Well, it's here because the Creek likes it and he's running the stream. I'm only here for our girl, to paraphrase Grishka. You remember he said, I'm only here for the girl. Well, we're only here for our girl and the Alita army. Okay. So I guess that's pretty much it for the old Alita live stream. And, I guess what we'll do is we will bring this to a close with our newer call to action of film those sequels, baby, on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Film those sequels, baby. All right. Good night or good day, depending on where you are in the world.